Good morning, Limitless Network. My name is Zamil Solanki, and welcome to another installment of Tea with Z. It's great to have you here. And if you haven't already got your hot cuppa or whatever you wish to drink this morning, make sure you go grab it now. Because today we're talking about something I think, really cool and I guess really aspirational when we look at the world that we live in today. If you haven't heard yet, Richard Branson, the first billionaire to end up in space, ticked over just over 53 miles in the air, which is around 80 kilometers up in the air with his Virgin Galactic aircraft. This week, and made history in opening up a new era of what will eventually be space tourism. When we look at, I guess these sorts of companies and we look at that and, and I know personally, growing up, even today, you look up in the sky and I don't think any one of us, looks up at the sky and doesn't wonder, the possibilities that are out there, what those, what is in this galaxy, what is in this universe. And when we look at, I guess, reaching for the stars or, achieving our mission, it's really important to take note that whether it's in our own personal lives, our professional lives, in our business, whatever we do, it takes time. Now, yes, this is the news story of the week, and new news stories will come about. Jeff Bezos is planning to jump into to his own aircraft very, very soon in the next 1 or 2 weeks as well to start to, I guess, join that club. And when we look at this process, Richard Branson founded Virgin Galactic back in 2004. So this didn't happen overnight. This took years and years of preparation, of planning, of resourcing, of development, and strategic work to get to this goal. And it took a lot of testing as well, because that everything wasn't successful the first time around. There was a lot of trials, there was a lot of errors, but there were a lot of lessons from those errors as well. Now, when we look at a mission, and whether that be in your world, it might be the mission to Mars, because we know that's Elon Musk's mission to get to Mars one day. And when we do look at that, we look at I guess jumping on jumping on this journey with them, and we get get, I guess, a buy-in as to what's happening in that world. And it's really exciting because when we know a company has some aspirations, it has a goal, and we are, I guess, encouraged to buy into that and actually resonate with that, we're more likely to go on the journey with that company. And that's why this is so interesting at the moment, because, oh my God, it's such an amazing feat. But for the real astronauts and the real people in our world that have such a passion, I was reading some articles right now, and Virgin Galactic were giving away tickets for this almost 10 years ago, selling tickets to this almost 10 years ago. So as a customer and nurturing that customer journey, it's not just a month or two or a week or a day. For Virgin Galactic, it's been decades, literally decades, and reinforcing their mission and the strategic objectives and their persistence and grit to get there. And when we look at that within our own lives, within our businesses, and on our own health entrepreneurial journey, whether that be even as simply as bettering our own health, making sure that by 5 to 10 years' time, I'm going to hit my fitness goals. Whatever that might be, having that clearly defined mission and knowing and putting a timeline on that is critical to ensure that we've got a goal. We've got a goal that we can understand and go places. And if you're joining me right now, and I see a few people watching as well, please jump on and give me a shout out, say good morning. I'd love to interact and see who's watching as well at the moment. But when we look at mission, how well articulated that is to your customers? How well articulated is that to your team? Does your team know where your business is heading? Does your team even believe in where your business might be heading? Do you think that your business is even heading anywhere? Or are you remaining in the status quo and doing what we do every day? And that's really a really important question, because at the end of the day, if we don't have a strategic plan to get somewhere, if we don't have a strategic plan to innovate, to change, to adapt, to revolutionize what we do in our business, or to revolutionize what we do in our personal lives, to revolutionize the way in which we raise our children, to set a goal for ourselves in order to achieve it, how can we expect those around us to buy into that if we ourselves don't have that same clarity? And so it's really important when we look at this and the goals that Virgin Galactic have achieved and Richard Branson have achieved with his company. Richard Branson didn't go out and build the spaceship himself. Richard Branson was the founder of a company and many companies that utilized that created an idea, but utilized a team of experts around him to execute that idea. So who are the experts in your team? Who are the experts in your network? Who are you leveraging off the resources to help you get to your mission? But the first step, even before that, and we'll dive into that at a later date, is ensuring that you even have a mission, knowing that you've got a strategic plan to get to where you want, a strategic goal to get to where you want. Because on average, to hit a mission, and a mission is a goal that we're going to achieve in the next 5 to 10 years, it will take between 7 to 12,000 tasks, strategic tasks, to achieve that mission. And when we look at that and we're like, that's quite daunting. That's extremely daunting, because at the end of the day, that can also be quite confronting, because if we woke up tomorrow and goes, look, and to our team go, this is what we're doing, this is what we're hitting, 7 to 12,000 tasks is not going to happen overnight. But firstly, we need to even know what we're aspiring towards. What are you in this game for? And how are we going to get there? And the how starts to translate through our mission. The why and why we're going to get there is through the purpose. And then we're not going to touch on purpose today, but that's definitely coming up in the future, because to me, purpose sits above mission. Purpose is our golden light, our shining, our North Star, our compass, and our strategic direction. And we touched on values yesterday. And to me, those three elements are all intertwined, because values, which we discussed yesterday, and if you haven't seen that video yet, jump back to yesterday's episode of T with Z, where we discuss values, and values are our guiding principles. And as we get along the way to even achieving our mission, having our values allows us to make smarter choices based on what we want from this company, based on how we want to achieve what we are desiring. And when we set now, it's really important with the mission. And one thing that I haven't really touched on yet is when we're looking at setting a mission, when we enforce a mission or when we create a mission, and if it's about making money, if we are on this planet about making money, solely about making money, then what actual benefit are we creating? What values are we actually emulating in our business and life? And yes, money is a product. Money is a reward of achieving goals. 100% get that. We're all in business at the end of the day. We all want to run a profitable business. But the mission needs to be a little bit more than that. It needs to connect with not only yourself, but with your team and with your community, whether that be with your customers, in your personal life, with your family, your friends, whatever, on a more intrinsic and value-based meaning as well. So when we look at mission, it's important to ensure that this is also a stretch goal. At the end of the day, we don't want to just have a mission out there and we're like, oh yeah, you know what? We could smash that in a year. We could smash that in a year. Because that to me is an annual goal. So when we look at mission, you need to think a little bit big. And purpose obviously is thinking infinite. Or thinking limitless. And so when we look at mission, it's really, really important that we actually have that in our business, not for ourselves, but for our team, for our community, and we engage with all of those stakeholders to bring them along the journey of achieving that mission. And that's probably the most important takeaway from today's episode, is bringing everybody along that journey. Because when we have a mission, that's all well and good, but we need people to execute that mission. And if we're not sharing that mission with others, if we're not embracing and encouraging others to partake in achieving that mission, then it's super, super important that we actually get there. So that's it from me today. And Natasha, yep, welcome. Good morning. And look, love that comment. It is really, really important because with taking people on the journey, we create buy-in. We create buy-in, and through buy-in, we can create intrinsic motivation to achieve that journey. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, because we can't achieve our mission by ourselves. Richard Branson wasn't a one-man band, in his garage decided to whip up a spacecraft. No, it required the dedication, the resources, and the know-how of thousands of people who were connected to the mission, who bought into the mission, and really, really wanted to actually become a part of it. So Sean, thanks so much for joining. Yeah, 100%. They need to know where they're heading. They need to know where they're heading. And without that strategic direction, what's the point? What's the point? So my question to you today is, what is your mission? How are you getting to space? And whatever that might look like for you, how are you articulating it to those around you? So once again, it's been awesome chatting with you this morning. Now, I wanted to give a shout out as well to the amazing team within the Limitless Network. And you've heard me talking about this a bit. The Limitless Network, and one thing I didn't mention yesterday, the reason why I created this group is it's a peer supported group. And at our fundamental core, I believe that if we value health, then in some way, shape, in any way, shape, or form, that in some level, we take charge of owning that health, and in so actually act as an entrepreneur in the health space, whether it's for our personal health and taking charge of our health, where the profits not necessarily monetary, but come through other values in our life, whether that's joy, happiness, family. So if you, and obviously, health businesses are obviously health entrepreneurs. But what I really wanted to highlight, and the reason why we're doing Tea with Z right now is, Monday to Thursday, I put this out across, multiple social channels, and I connect a lot with you guys on this. But on Friday, we deep dive exclusively in the Limitless group, because that is a safe place. That is a safe place to have some conversations that are sometimes controversial or sometimes, not, I guess, widely spoken about, but are really thought provoking. And that's the point of this Limitless group, is to create a space, a peer supported space of health entrepreneurs in any way, shape, or form, designed to empower you to actually then take charge of your own health journey, or the business journey, or your family journey, or whatever it might be, whatever it is in relation to your health, because I believe that all of us have limitless potential. But it's about leveraging the expertise and resources of those around us to better ourselves. And this is a community that it's all about. So awesome. Guys, that's it from me today. Once again, it's been awesome catching up with you, and I will see you tomorrow morning. But like I said, reflect on that question. What is your mission? How are you getting to space? And how are you bringing those around you on that same journey? All right, guys. My name is Zamil Solanki. It's great to be with you this morning. Enjoy the rest of your tea. See you later now. Bye.